We witnessed just how far Dalton McGuinty was willing to go to save one of his Liberal MPPs' seats. After insisting for months that it was absolutely necessary to address local power consumption needs, Dalton McGuinty abruptly pulled the plug on a highly controversial power plant scheduled for construction in Oakville. To try and save Oakville MPP Kevin Flynn from getting the plug pulled on him in the next election, Dalton McGuinty broke a $1.2 billion contract which Ontario taxpayers could still be on the hook to pay to avoid a lawsuit. Sadly, this is not the only case of Dalton McGuinty trying to outright buy a Liberal seat. Take, for example, the by-election earlier this year in nearby Toronto Centre. When Glenn Murray's campaign was in trouble over the looming closure of Toronto Grace Hospital, Dalton McGuinty was sure to hand over $15 million the night before voters went to the polls to keep the hospital open. During the recent Ottawa West Nepean by-election, when Nortel pensioners were leaning on Liberal candidate Bob Chiarelli, Dalton McGuinty suddenly found $500 million before election day to backstop their pension plan. Perhaps Dalton McGuinty should set up a hotline for his caucus members to call when they're finding it hard to sell their constituents on the HST, on their billion-dollar e-health scandal, on skyrocketing energy bills, and 7 years of broken Liberal promises. Simply phone the number, place your request with Dalton McGuinty for bailout money, and voila, a leg up on the competition in the next election. The members of the Ontario PC caucus see through these attempts to buy seats, and so do Ontario families. Dalton McGuinty has Ontario sinking further and further into debt every day, but families should brace for even more reckless spending at their expense in the months ahead as we lead up to the election. The Ontario PCs will not try and buy seats for the next election. Instead, we will offer families a clear choice between the high-taxing, reckless spending McGuinty Liberals and a PC government that will focus on giving families a real break, controlling spending, and creating private sector jobs. I'd be happy to take any questions or comments.